Hello everybody and welcome back to Trails of Cold Steel. Last time we started talking with some of our people and getting some bond events. Hi Fee. Shades here is nice. Might be good for napping. No, okay. But we are going to start doing some of these side quests. We have, well, I say side quests, 2 of them are required. We have some quests to do, one of which is going to start here in the Student Union building. We gotta find somebody's lost student handbook. Pardon me, you're Colette from Class 4, right? I believe you submitted a request to the Student Council? Yeah, I did, but you're that guy from Class 7. Did you join the Student Council when I wasn't looking? Nothing like that. I just decided to help them out with some other work. Student Council President asked me to handle your request. Oh, so that's how it is. Wow, we're both first years, but you seem so much more grown up than me. The people in Class 7 must be amazing. It's no big deal. So you wrote that you need help looking for your student notebook. Yeah, I've been looking everywhere I could think of since this morning, but there's no sign of it. So does that mean you're going to start looking right away? They said if one person wasn't able to help me, they'd send somebody else to do it. I see. So that's how Toa has all this arranged. Well, accept our request. Sure, you can count on me. Really? Thank you so much. Before we get too excited, I think I'll need a bit more information to have any hope of finding it. Can you tell me when you first noticed you'd dropped your notebook? It was right after school yesterday when I went to borrow a book from the library. You can't borrow books without your notebook, so I went to take it out, and I couldn't because it wasn't there. Yesterday after school. Got it. So when was the last time you remember having it? Probably right when classes had finished the day yesterday, when I was still in the classroom. I remember using it to take notes while I was talking with my friends, so I definitely had it then. I guess I must have dropped it somewhere between my classroom and the library. I see. Well, that narrows it down quite a bit. Did you stop anywhere on your way to the library, though? Well, after I left the main building, I came here to the Student Union. Pretty sure I went to the library after that. That should be everywhere I went. Right, so there really aren't many places you could have dropped it. Well, the best way to go about it seems to split up and search the main building and the areas around it, I think. Yeah, that's just what I was going to do, actually. I'm hoping it's there, because I searched the library from top to bottom this morning, and the rooftop's out, because the janitor said he didn't notice it when he was doing his morning cleaning rounds. Main building it is, then. So do you think I should start with the classrooms? No, I don't think you need to check them at all. I searched my classroom yesterday, and I didn't go into any of the others. It's probably a good idea to focus on the halls and the rest areas in there. I have a feeling that if it's in the main building, it's going to be somewhere on the second floor. Well, thanks for the info. I'll head right over there and take a look. You can stay here at the Student Union and keep up your search. Okay, will do. Thanks for agreeing to help me out. Let's see here. So, when I first played this game, I searched all over the place in this building. Number one, looking for a question, like one of those little exclamation marks, because that would be helpful. And secondly, I'm always trying to remember how to bring up that map. Not that. Nope. Nope, that's zoom in and out. That's turning him. How do you do it, Art? But looking around, and I couldn't spot it. And eventually I noticed, oh, it isn't here. I'm gonna say, I noticed, yep, there it is. I noticed that it's sitting right there. You guys can see it. This should be it. But I should check the inside just to make sure. Marine picked up the student notebook, check the identification field. Unless there's another identical Colette running around. This is the one. She'll be happy to see this. I should get back to her as soon as I can. But I literally spent half an hour running up and down these freaking hallways, looking into the classrooms too, even though the game's like, don't check there, just check the rest areas. For some reason I just couldn't see it, and I was looking for the little, like I said, the little exclamation point. Ah, it's the start button. Right, I always forget it's the start button for the map. So I was looking for one of those little green exclamation points, like this is where the notebook is. That's when I learned this game doesn't always do that for you. Did you find it? Yeah, assuming this is actually your notebook. Why don't you check it just to be sure? Thanks. You're right, it really is mine. Oh, thank goodness. This is the only form of ID we students have, so it'd be helpful if I'd lost it. Especially since our instructor would have chewed my head off if I need to get another one issued. Well, thanks so much for your help, Breen. I'm sorry, I'm just so relieved. I didn't know it was so important to you. Still, I'm glad I was able to help you out. By the way, where did you end up finding it? Oh, you know the sofa's on the second floor of the main building that people use as a rest area? It was on one of those, just sitting there. The sofa's on the second floor? Oh, I guess I did relax there for a while. Come to think of it, I think I've dropped it when sitting down there once before. I heard it falling out of my pocket that time, though, so I didn't end up losing it. Why would sitting down do that? What pocket do you usually put your notebook in? Well, one of my skirt pockets, usually. That makes sense. A lot of the boys use their pant pockets, too. But you might want to try using a jacket pocket from now on. It's not going to fall out of there. That's where I usually put mine, and I've never had any problems. Jacket pocket? We've got those? Well, I don't know if the girls' jackets are different than the guys' are, but I don't see why you wouldn't. Hold on, let me check. Oh, wow, you're right. I had no idea this was even here. There's no way my notebook will ever fall out of one of these. Thanks for the tip. That should solve all my pocket problems. Happy to be of service. You've been a really big help today. That doesn't really make up for it, but would you accept this as a little token of my thanks? Received a silver chain accessory. Hold on, I couldn't possibly... Don't worry about it. I bought one for myself the other day, and I ended up ordering two by mistake. I can't really use both at once, so it makes sense to give it to somebody who might be able to do something with it. Well, if you're sure. Thanks. That's my line. Well, thanks again for everything, Green. Took care of that, no problem. So let's see what the silver necklace does. Silver chain prevents poison and adds defense. Poison's a bad status, certainly, but not the worst, so I'm not too concerned myself, but, you know. Oof. Alright, so let us go talk to George, because he's got a quest for us. Hey there, good to see you. Oh, you're the person who was with President Toa when I first arrived at the academy. You've got a good memory, especially considering it's been 3 weeks. George Gnome. I'm George Gnome, second year, class 3. I'm also head of the engineering club. You're Reen Schwarzer from class 7, right? Nice to meet you. Likewise. Toa told me you're going to be helping out the student council. You've probably got a lot to learn about the academy since you've just enrolled, but good luck with everything. Thank you very much. But I am curious. This is the engineering building, isn't it? What's with all the machine and equipment around here? It certainly fits the bill. Yep, you can basically think of this as the Academy's very own orbment factory. The engineering club's been in charge of maintaining orbments here for a long time now. Wow, that's really impressive. I assumed you repaired all the stuff you wanted me to deliver for this request too? That's right. I handle that stuff here at the engineering club too. I usually deliver them myself, but I'm a little too busy this month. Can I ask you to do it for me? Of course. So what do I need to know? Awesome. Okay, so here's the rundown. As you know, I need to deliver 3 Orbital products for me. First is a scale, which needs to be delivered to the cooking club. Club meets on the home economics room, 2nd floor of the main building. Just give it to the head of the club, Nicholas. Nicholas from the cooking club, home economics room. Okay, got it. The next 2 are both in town. Oh, so you take requests from people outside the academy too? Yeah, well, there was so much talk about the club that I started getting requests from people interested too. There's no reason for me to refuse them, so I do as much as I can to help them out. That certainly explains how you end up so busy. It sure does. Second delivery I need you to make is this antique orbital lamp. This one's going to Micht at the pawn shop. You'll find it in the southeast part of the central shopping district. It's kind of out of the way, so keep an eye out. An antique orbital lamp for the pawn shop. Understood. And last but not least, the final item you need to deliver is this Orbital wristwatch. Now, this one's going to Michael over at Radio Trista, or Radio Trista Southwest of the shopping district. Just let the receptionist know why you're there, and she'll call Michael out for you. An orbital wristwatch for Michael from Radio Trista, asks the receptionist. Right, I can do that. And that's everything. Let me give you the items themselves. Orbital scale, lamp, wristwatch. Now be sure to be careful. It's not going to be easy carrying all those around, but I'm sure you'll manage. Just be sure to report back to me when you're done. Of course, I'll get started right away. It's very important when you're playing this game to report back, because I missed quite a few academic points, AP, because I just didn't turn in the side quests. I'd completed everything. All I had to do was go talk to the quest giver and get everything done. And I forgot. So, why am I going to town first? I'm going to go deliver to the home economics room first. In fact, why am I doing that? Let's go, let's use our fast travel, shall we? Since we've walked around most of this place. I believe it's here. Yeah. Hey there, you wouldn't happen to be here to join the cooking club, would you? Not exactly. The engineering club asked me to deliver something for them. Is this something you've been waiting on? Yep, that's the orbital scale I asked George to fix, alright. I don't know how he works so fast. I'd really be lost without him. George's many talents aside, I didn't know these tools existed. Pretty impressive, right? These can provide more accurate and minuscule measurements than any analog scale. If you put a container full of ingredients on there, it'll subtract the container's weight for you. It's handy. I believe it. Well, you don't have an interest in cooking by any chance, do you? I haven't given it much thought, to be honest, but I am kind of curious. I'll be cooking for myself from now on anyway, right? You'd be surprised how many students here can't. Here's the thing. Cafeteria might be cheap, but it still costs more Mira than it would making yourself. Have you tried cooking anything yet? Not yet. I don't even know where to start. Which means you're as virgin as my olive oil. If you want to start cooking, I'd recommend you start cooking. Just make something. Doesn't matter what. I'll tell you what. I'll even give this to you to get started. And to top it all off, here's a really easy recipe to get started on. It's so easy, I've got all the ingredients you need right here. Help yourself. Got the recipe for a simple omelet. And 3 eggs. And 3 salts. Thank you very much. This recipe book seems like it'll be a helpful companion, but are you sure I can have it? Sure, we've got tons of them. If it sparks a fire for cooking in your heart, it'll all be worth it. Got it. Well, I'll be sure to get some use out of it then. Well, thanks again for bringing me the orbital scale, and pass my thanks on to George for fixing it too. Will do. So now we officially have our recipe book. Since I already kept the book, I have all the recipes unlocked already. We don't have any ingredients for a lot of things, but we do have all of the recipes all completely filled out. To give you guys the quick rundown, we've got the simple omelet here. As you can see, there are 4 versions of it in the results screen in the middle there. Right above that is the ingredients. You can see it just takes a fresh egg and 1, of course, salt. Below the results is the skill level of everybody. So, for instance, if I were to start to cook one, I could pick who would be cooking, or who would do the cooking, or who would cook with Reen. The icons above their head tell me how good they are at it. So, for instance, Fee is terrible. Eustace, Laura, Machias, and Reen are okay. Gaius and Elisa are good at it. Emma is great at it, and Elliot is the king of it. He can make a specifically special dish. So, in the results screen in the middle there's the simple omelet, which is just the recipe it is. If somebody is good at it, there's a higher chance that they'll get the recipe right above that, the soft and fluffy omelet, which usually does more or does something different. The one right below the simple omelet, the solid omelet, is usually cooked by somebody who's really bad at it. So Fee has a really good chance of making that. And the warm egg soup is the unique dish for this recipe, which basically means that the only person who can cook it is Elliot. So I can only make the warm egg soup if Elliot's in my party. And since he isn't, it won't let me actually try to cook with him. So, and you can also see what each recipe does once you've made it. So usually this is all question marked out you'll have like the basic recipe. But as you can see, some of them are really, really good, like the tomato gratin, if you can get everything you need, restores 50 CP if you make the magma gratin. It doesn't heal a lot of HP, but it gives you 50 CP back. So Fee made a lot of magma gratin when I was playing this the first time through. But you can get, stat buffs, cure abnormal statuses, get EP back. Some of them are even attack ones, like the hampering rice here from the hash beef rice. Like physical immunity ones from the stamina, from the adamantine steak. So they do a lot of different things. The quote-unquote best, the last recipe you get is the handmade hamburger. Restores CP, gives you strength and defense, all that kind of stuff. So the enigmatic hot pot, you restore 50 EP, and you also get 500 EP. You also get 100 CP or near death. Not a good thing, but that's kind of the basic rundown of like the recipe book and all of that. It just, well, it lets you cook. But let's go to nope, that's the lower class dorm. That's the other house. There it is. Let's go to the pawn shop over here. Meet with Mikt officially for the first time. You got business here, kid, or you just window shopping? I do. Actually, I'm here to give you something from the engineering club. Oh, George, to fix that thing already? Well, hand it over already, will you? Right. Kid does nice work. I swear. Why does being a pawnbroker have to be such a pain in the ass sometimes? Who'd have thought an item break right after I paid for it? That's a pretty nasty surprise. Do you get a lot of students in here? Out of sheer curiosity? Fair few, sure. What, you looking for some money? I don't lend money to kids. You kids can think of this as like an exchange shop. So like items for items. Oh yeah, I think I got something in a while that a kid like you'd like. It's yours as a way of saying thanks for making the delivery. Got the Blade deck. Blade? Is this a card game or something? Seems that way. Some good for nothing second year brought it in. Can't say I've ever bothered to play, but you can give it a try. Or don't. Or burn it, for all I care. I didn't pay for it. Thanks. That's really nice of you. I have a strange feeling that he gave me this because he didn't have anywhere to put it. Oh well. Oh yeah, another thing. My shop's got the finest selection of curio in all of Trista. If you don't see anything you like, come back later. I change up the goods sometimes. When? When I feel like it. Anyway, see ya. Thanks for the delivery and enjoy playing the cards or whatever. At any time, you can now purchase curio. The shop, you can exchange certain items for rare and high-quality items. You can also buy items that you might have missed in previous chapters as curio. As for the card game Mick just gave Reen, you'll be able to play that later. We'll get there. We're going to inspect the curio. Right now we just have monster pieces, essentially, is what these are. And I tend to buy them because they're used in cooking, and you can't get them otherwise unless you just start, killing monsters. A lot of monsters. So, there we go. Open that up. Alrighty, now let's go say hello to Michael over at Radio Trista. Boop. The Trista radio station. I've got to talk to our lovely Lala. Welcome to Radio Trista. How can I help you today? Is there someone named Michael here? I've got a delivering from the engineering club, and ideally I'd like to take it to him directly. Oh, as a matter of fact, we do have a Michael here. Let me call him for you. You can wait over on the sofa there, if you'd like. Sorry to keep you waiting. You said you got a delivery from the engineering club for me? I do, indeed. Here it is. Hand over the wristwatch. Wow, you really did fix it up. This is a pro level work. We're starting up a new show tonight, so I was feeling all nervous about a quick way to check the time. Things will be fine now, though. I can imagine that would be pretty intense. Well, starts at 9 tonight, and if things work out, Radio Trista is guaranteed to see a big increase in popularity, which will mean I'll be one step closer to achieving my dream of, oops, sorry about that. I shouldn't be getting all excited like that and boring you with my life story. Not at all. I'm of the opinion that being passionate about what you do is a good thing. This job's pretty much my entire life at this point, really. Want to make me feel more alive? Tune into the show tonight. You bet. Or I would have had an orbital radio. Well, I gotta head back. Our sound producer's in there waiting for me. Normally I treat you to some tea or something, but today's a really busy day. Tell George for fixing my watch and I'll see him later. Yeah, sure. Good night and or good luck with tonight's show. All right, that's the last time delivered. I should go tell George. Also, it's Monk. Radio Trista will be debuting a new program tonight. I can hardly wait. What could it be about? My heart's just racing with possibilities. Monk's a little weird. We're gonna teleport back. No, not the dormitory. We're gonna teleport back to the engineering building. There it is. Oh, hey. Seems like you're done with those deliveries. Yeah, all 3 of them. Nice work. So now that you finished delivering those, what did you think of the places you delivered them to? Well, they're certainly all unique. None of them are places I'd normally go either. I might have wandered into the home economics rooms eventually, but not the pawn shop or radio station. Yeah, I don't think most students would. Pawn shop in particular is kind of hard to find, too. Yeah, that's true. But now I feel as though I have a general idea of what most of the places in Trista are, thanks to this. It almost feels like this request benefited me more than it did you. Well, that's nice to hear. You spoke to Michael while you were at Radio Trista too, right? Did he tell you anything about the new show they're starting up? He did. Starts at 9 tonight, doesn't it? I figured he'd mention that. He's thrilled about the show, and that enthusiasm is infectious. How about you? You planning on tuning in? I'd love to, but, Oh, you don't have an orbital radio. Oh, in that case, here. It's all yours. Wait, really? It's the latest model, too. Same one I've got. You helped me out big time today, so it only seems right to pay back. Are you sure? Of course, I bought it for research purposes, but I never really found the chance to make any use of it. It'd be a waste to just leave it here collecting dust, so I'd be thrilled if you actually got some use out of it. Well, if that's the case, thank you very much. You're welcome. Oh, yeah, there's something I'd like for you to tell the rest of Class 7 for me. Oh? Instructor Sarah came to me with a request the other day. Long story short, she left me in charge of doing maintenance on all your Arcus units. No kidding. And like I said, the engineering club is basically Thor's orbital factory, so yeah. And of course, I'm pretty interested in the Arcus units myself. So if you need help with anything Arcus related, just come visit me here and I'll sort it all out. Good to know. Part of me feels bad adding to your workload, but it's a relief to hear that you'll be the one in charge of this stuff. That's quite the compliment. Right. I also meant to ask, you know about Sepeth masses, right? You mean that stuff that monsters sometimes drop with regular Sepeth? Exactly. I'm sure you don't need to tell me how handy regular Sepeth can be, but Sepeth masses have tons of impurity, so they've never gotten much attention. But recently, someone discovered a way to efficiently extract Sepeth from them. Is that so? Oh, it's so. Thanks to that, most shops are willing to take them off your hands at a decent price nowadays, so there's no point in holding on to them, so go ahead and sell them if you have any. A little extra money never hurt anyone. Sounds like a good deal to me. Will do. I think I'm just about talked out for the day. Thanks again for your help. Here's hoping we can keep exchanging favors. Ditto. We'll be counting on you. Can now make use of the Academy's orbital factory. So, we're going to go shop here. He sells EP charges so you can get your stuff back. He also sells master courses. We're going to grab the Scepter Master Elemental Water Elemental Master Quartz. Basically just gives you more Sepeth, so more money, basically. Its stats aren't particularly great, and I don't know that I ever actually leveled it up in my first game. So as you can see, this lovely thing here is our Arcus, and you can see I have the one cute little slot open, but by spending Sepeth we can open up all the other ones. I'm going to go ahead and just spend the Sepeth because we've got it, and open up everybody's lines, because the game can be stingy with quartzes unless you buy them, and I'm not intending on buying any. So, because you can in fact just make your own, so you can buff out everybody as much as you want. So I could sit here and like make a bunch of stuff and gear everybody up. I'm not going to do that. What I will do is buy the faceplates, because I like faceplates. I'm going to put, big surprise, Emma Bay on, so that when we open up Reams, it'll have Emma on there. I will put Elliot's as red and Gaius's as black, just for giggles. And then this is what he was talking about, is you can sell Sepith to everybody. There's no real reason for me to, because we've got so much money anyway. The other thing you do is come in here and customize a weapon, which means you use that U material and make it stronger. I'm going to leave that alone for right now, though, because we don't have a whole lot of U material to play with. And it's used for a bunch of things besides just that. Whew, that was a lot of work. I'm exhausted. Feels good, though. Kind of fulfilling. But now that I think about it, well, sorry about that, folks. My mic decided to cut out, so I muted so we didn't get things a little weird. But now that we've finished George's request, I think that's where we're going to cut it for this episode. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.